Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Folge 50 von If My Heart Had Wings und der 6. Folge auf Yorus Route. In der letzten Folge konnten endlich die Testflüge mit dem Glider wieder aufgenommen werden. Es fing aber direkt damit an, dass Aoi einen dramatischen Unfall gebaut hat, in dessen Folge er sich verletzt hat und deshalb 3 Wochen Pause machen muss. Der Glider muss repariert werden und die Aktivitäten des Soaring Clubs wurden suspended, danke Tobioka. Aoi ist erstmal in Depression versunken und gibt sich die Schuld dafür. Später hat er aber dann mit Asa und Yoru geredet, die sich gedacht haben, so, hey, wir können unseren einflussreichen Grandfather fragen, dass der die Probleme für uns fixt, so mehr oder weniger. Und jetzt am Ende haben sie beschlossen, den gemeinsam zu besuchen. Genau dort setzen wir wieder ein.
Didn't expect that. We parted with Kanako-san and went to Yuru-chan's and Asa-chan's house. Home. Oops. They said that since it was just us, they wanted me to accompany them as the Soaring Club standby. To get to the house from the school, we went 2 stations by train and then another 15 minutes by bus. Soll das viel sein, weil 2 Zugstationen ist jetzt... Wobei, wenn es regional waren, wäre schon eher... Behind a huge gate like those in Buddhist temples, there was a residence resembling a luxurious, expensive lodging house. Apparently, their home was very different from normal ones. Okay. Ein Zen-Garten. Neuer Background. That's nice. Nur sehr groß. Wie lang ist dieses Haus bitte? While I was walking on the wooden walkway and looking at the traditional Japanese garden, the 2 of them were leading me towards the grandfather's room. This house is amazing. Because our family is rich. Wie häufig will sie das eigentlich noch sagen? Rich people are incredible. You live here with your family? Now we are living at Flying Fish Manor, but yeah, before that we lived here with our family. And also with Live-in Help. Live-in Help wahrscheinlich, oder? Awesome. It seems they lived in a completely different world than me. Well, our parents are always away, though. Huh? They're obsessed with their jobs and research. They're workaholics. They didn't even come back on our birthday. I see. For a moment I was worried that I touched on a really sensitive subject, but it seems that wasn't the case. People often tell me I'm like my parents, but that's not true. I'm not the kind of person who goes nuts over one thing and loses sight of the world around me. Is Amani your mother by any chance? People often tell me I'm not like either of them. Depression. I see. I got the gist of the situation, more or less. I don't want to become an adult like that. I heard that our mom became pregnant with us while the 2 of them were spending nights in the laboratory together. Okay. That's terrible. Yeah, it is. But when mom and dad aren't working, they're super nice. Doting. Yeah, I know. It's just that work is the highest priority. Ha 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 ha. Well, it's sad that many researchers are weird. Their parents are probably among that group. So, are we going now? To our grandfather's place, to ask for help, and also... he might be able to do something about club activities being suspended. Okay. Ah, I see. Ich finde weird, dass man mit Connections alles so machen kann. Tobioka had ordered us to suspend the Soaring Club activities. I'd forgotten about it when we were talking about repairing the glider, but we had to somehow deal with that too. Asking the school chairman about this, I'm kinda reluctant to resort to such a way of solving that problem. What are you talking about now, Senpai? In the first place, we're trying to fix the glider for the sake of dangerously flying through the air without any deeper meaning. To put it bluntly, all of this is just a childish whim. Well, you have a point. We aren't flying just for the sake of appearances, right? Yeah. That was true. We weren't flying because we wanted to do something noble or anything. Being selfish is my forte, so I'll lend you my strength. Okay. I'm not quite sure what kind of help he'll provide, but I guess it's reassuring. Hehehe. Led by the 2 of them, I soon arrived at a big room. And there... You're finally here. Asa, Yoru and... Ich mag das Design von dem Typen. Aber ist er tatsächlich einfach nur als Background da und hat keinen Sprite? You must be Minase, right? Huh? Invited by Asachan and Yoru-chan, I entered a really spacious Japanese-style room. A stern old man was sitting there. I'm glad to meet you, Minase Aoi-kun. Yes, nice to meet you too. I got caught off guard and answered a little panicked. He's the school chairman. Why does he know my name? Were you going out with his granddaughters? Both of them. And what did he mean by Minase? What? Hahaha, you look exactly like your mother. Die kennen sich auch. Ach doch, das wurde mal gehintet, glaube ich, oder? I see. Okay, Rückblende. He was introduced to her when he was consulting something with his old acquaintances. Richtig, das war eine Sache. So, my mother and your grandfather are acquaintances? Come to think of it, she did mention something like that. Indeed, she was a reliable youngster, very positive and active. You have such an air about you too, Aoi-kun. Your eyes look strong. Thank you very much. The chairman complimented me. I was a little embarrassed. Alright folks, let's get to the main topic right away. You want some help with repairing the glider you use for your club activities, right? Yes, we were wondering if we could get your cooperation. They told me that they had already discussed this with the chairman earlier. I guess that's why you already got a grasp of our situation. Please, Grandpa, otherwise our dream will end halfway. Asachan appealed strongly. Normally she lacks self-confidence and just goes with the flow, but when she does act stubborn about something, she can be thoroughly selfish and obstinate. Her appeal was unyielding and full of ambition. It's like we said over the phone. We wonder if we could ask for financial assistance, supplies, consulting the designs with professional manufacturers, and so on. That's a lot to ask. As for money, it might be too little, but it'd be great if I could just get my allowance in advance. What? Was kriegt sie bitte für ein Taschengeld, dass das einen Unterschied machen könnte? And my part too. If that won't be enough, we'll get part-time jobs and return the rest later. Those two, they were willing to go that far. To think that they would say that, even though they hadn't been in the club for too long. Coming to someone else's home and asking for money and other things might be considered bad manners, but I will contribute too. This wasn't the time for me to stay quiet. In fact, I damaged the glider in the accident. I couldn't stand it if everything ended just like that. So if you could help us in any way, I'd really appreciate it. Senpai, you don't have to go that far. Ich meine, er hat gerade absolut nichts Konkretes versprochen, aber okay. It's not much. It would be quite uncool, right? Making girls contribute all the money. Then let's pitch in together, all three of us. We had no reason to be sparing. We didn't know what might happen next year, so this summer when we were all together is very precious. Okay. Warum haben die alle einfach so Anxiety, dass das zu Ende geht? Was war das für ein Geräusch eben? So ein Glöckchen. First, I have one question. Asa. Yes. Why do you want to go so far? You mean my motivation? Your objective. The reason you yearn for the sky. If I don't understand it, I'm not going to unreasonably provide any assistance. Heading to the sky is dangerous. If people fall from a high place, they die. That much is obvious. There is no prestige in this, no rewards. So why, despite all this, do you want to fly? It was similar to the question I had asked Yoru-chan before. Why do you fly? When I'm flying, I feel like I can become an inspiration for someone. At first I was just vaguely attracted to the sky, but now I came to think of it like that. That's probably because for me the sky or other high places are unreachable. That's why I want to fly, because I can't fly. Asachan's words were sharp and honest. That straightforward speech was so like her. And then... And you, Yoru? Because I like it. Because I'm drawn to it. I don't have any reason apart from that. Oh. They were the same words that I had said to her the other day. Because I like it. There was nothing more to say. Anything you could add would be just secondary reasons. Unlike Nissan, I don't really want to try it myself. I'm not attracted by height specifically. But I think that's precisely why that vague, meaningless objective to fly through the sky makes my heart pound so much. Flying even though it's meaningless? Yes, to me chatting with friends is worthless, an unnecessary action that doesn't bring any prestige or rewards. But that's why I feel like it resembles flying. It's probably what loving something is all about. That was a rather incoherent answer. Grandpa, honestly, I still don't really understand it. Why I've become so passionate about this club. But my senpai told me it's probably because I love it. My eyes met Yoru-chan's. I think so too. I'm sure this is love. I came to love it. Our club. That's not something you can understand. You can't really comprehend love. Sad grandpa noises. Love is something that can't be comprehended. It's not reasonable. Ich finde dieses Bild ein bisschen weird, einfach, es wirkt so ein bisschen, ist das einfach Aois Hand auf ihrem Arm? Aber dann wirkt es so, als hätten sie einfach einen Teil eines Backgrounds genommen und nur eben das rausgeschnitten, wie vorhin auch, dass man nur den Grandpa gesehen hat und nichts sonst von dem Raum. It doesn't have a meaning. And flying through the sky is certainly that kind of vague thing too. That's why Yoru-chan... Ha ha ha. I was worried that you would never know what youth is all about, but now I'm not concerned about it anymore. Huh? Nothing gold can stay. That's an ideal experience for such an impertinent little girl like you. That heat that engulfs you here is a valuable feeling, Yoru. You mean... It's fine to stick to your beliefs, but it is also good to get some fresh air from time to time, because you're a person who stands above others. That heat is something you can only experience in your youth, a precious fleeting passion. It becomes a driving force for people. They will always look back on it. Yoru, you're a bird that people envy, one that can aim higher than anyone else. But don't get caught up in being a bird. Come down to the ground sometimes. Try walking. There are views that can only be seen from there. You should see them. Then... Alright then. No matter how you live, if you're unlucky you die. And if you die, then that's it. That's how it is, girls. Necessary risks are something you have to take responsibility for. I'll prepare the materials and capable personnel for you. Grandpa. Your club activities were also suspended, right? I'll apply some pressure to cancel that too. Just don't make too much of a... Just don't make too much of a fuss about it. It might give rise to some rumors. What? School life ends in no time, you don't have to worry about it. Is it okay to go that far? As an adult, I'll tell you kids something good. Influence and money exist to be used. All the more if it's for the sake of youngsters. So powerful. Okay. In the old days I also used to fly a glider, so I understand it. Being entranced by the sky. Really? I didn't expect to hear that. He had such a past. That's news to me. Ich dachte, das hätten die... Also mich hat das jetzt nicht gewundert. Haben die das nicht irgendwie mal gehintet schon? You know, that place that you kids are using for your club activities now is the same place our soaring circle used back then. Oh, of course. I see. That's why all those tools and equipment were there. I didn't tell you everything. That's why I met Minase. She was a circle member and I was a former member. What? Seine Mutter war da auch? Okay. Es war einfach... Assume everyone was in the soaring club at some point. Unless proven otherwise. Ich meine, es war halt wirklich... Wie viele Charaktere gibt es, die einen Sprite haben, die nie im Soaring Club waren? Akari, Maboy und Tobioka aus der Schule waren das wahrscheinlich schon alle. Die anderen Border in Flying Fish Manor, die 3 Mädchen, von denen ich ein Bild habe, aber den Namen nicht kenne. Sanae, Yuka und Hibari. Und von der wissen wir es nicht sicher. Aber alle anderen Leute waren irgendwie beim Story Club gefühlt, ne? Aber vom Chairman haben wir auch keinen Sprite und von der Mutter erst recht nicht. Die haben wir nie gesehen, ne? Well, everybody ended up getting busy and the circle eventually disbanded. But that's how it was. It seemed almost like destiny. My mother and Asa-chan and Yoru-chan's grandfather used to aim for the sky just like we do now. Aber schon irgendwie cool, wenn sich das einfach so ergibt. Und du merkst, du machst am Ende, deine Eltern haben genau die coole Sache gemacht wie du. Das ist eine Vorstellung. We used the knowledge we gained then in our research. Remember this, Yoru. In life there's no such thing as a useless experience. Hey, ich bin mir sicher, meine Osu-Experience wird mir irgendwann später im Leben richtig nützlich kommen. Uff. Ich muss mir echt überlegen, wie ich das Mikrofon hier place, ne? Es ist gerade schon bequemer als die letzten Mal, aber trotzdem, ich komme einfach regelmäßig gegen. Das hängt gerade halt auf Handhöhe, so ein Stück vor der Tastatur und You are a little too clever, and as a result, your outlook tends to get narrow. Changing one's values can become a source of new ideas. You should bear that in mind. Yes. However, when you came to me last year, you wouldn't have thought that you yourself would get so immersed in flying. Grandpa, that's... Oh, that's right. It was a secret, sorry. What is it? Forget about it. So, Minase Aoi-kun. Yes. Take good care of those two. I think my granddaughters can be a bit incompetent, but... Okay. Huh? Could it be that they told him about us? But he said those two. Could it be... Ah yes, he's a very open-minded old man. Why are you so surprised? I was talking about looking after them during club activities. Ich dachte jetzt auch schon so, hä? Ich habe jetzt aber auch nichts Komisches daraus gelesen schon. Ah, yes. Oh, I see. I misunderstood it. Oh Gott. Is there anything else I should know about? No, nothing. Nothing at all. At all. That was a little odd. No, I don't think so. That's right, it's nothing, Grandpa. Really? Well, it's your business. I'm not going to say anything about it. Instant durchschaut. But if you do something unreasonable that would make my granddaughters cry, I won't forgive you. Yes, sir. I won't do anything like that. No doubt. Did we just get busted? Jo, wie lange geht diese Szene noch? After that, we returned to the dorm, took baths, and had dinner. Then we changed back into our uniforms and went to our secret base again, dropping by the school along the way. Ich nehme jetzt wahrscheinlich auch schon wieder 1,5 Stunden auf. We went there to reassess the damage to each part of the glider and determine what materials and arrangements would be necessary. For that reason, we secretly borrowed some special equipment from the school. Thanks to the key card the chairman had entrusted to the girls, we managed to carry everything out smoothly. Okay. By the way, we still haven't told Koturi and the others about this. Warum? Die können doch mithelfen. Normally we would have told them, but for now we just wanted to check if the chairman can make the necessary arrangements. We still weren't really sure whether that was possible or not. Okay. We had high hopes, but there was still a considerable chance that it would prove impossible in the end. In any case, the most important matter was that we had to be quick. There wasn't much time until the day that the morning glory could appear. I'd like to have it fixed in 3 days. 1 week at most. I know that's very selfish, but our circumstances have required this. Sie wollen den Glider, wo sie dachten, den kriegen sie nicht innerhalb des nächsten Jahres gefixt, jetzt innerhalb einer Woche fertigstellen. Okay. And since our situation was like that, we didn't want to give the others any false hopes. So for now, we kept all of it to ourselves. We'll get an answer tomorrow, and depending on that, I think we can repair this part by ourselves. I guess so. There are some parts that we can quickly take care of by ourselves, so we were checking those too. We had to start work as soon as we got the green light, so we had to be on standby. Arthur schläft. Nathan fell asleep again. Well, today was really tiring. A lot has happened. Yeah, I guess so. She was really worried when you weren't doing so well too. Huh? You being out of it made her really depressed, about as much as the glider getting damaged. So I think part of the reason why she fell asleep is that she was relieved that you got better. It's still pretty early. I see. I have to thank Asa-chan for worrying about me. I guess it would be nice. That aside, we're done here. This is the last part? Yes, this is it. Now we'll just have to wait for Grandfather's reply. Even though we don't know the answer yet, I have a feeling everything will be alright. I wonder why that is. What a coincidence. I feel the same. I don't really believe in the existence of God, but in times like this, I guess He would consider our feelings and help us. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, I feel like that too. The God of the sky is definitely watching over us. Yeah, I guess. Probably, no, certainly. Yeah. For some reason I had that feeling. Now, I'm sure, this year's summer will be unforgettable. Whenever summertime comes, I will always remember. This year's summer. That's how I feel. And those memories will shape you and become precious heat for you. Precious heat, okay. Heat. Look, the windmills are rotating because of the wind, and they produce energy. Then that energy moves other things. We're sure that the heat that you are gathering now will give you energy in the future. Senpai, don't say such super embarrassing things with a straight face. It's weird. Is that so? I bestow you the title of Natural Poet. This is okay. You received a new title, Natural Poet. Nice, achievement unlocked. To begin with, aren't you the one who made the wind that created those memories? Also, nicht wirklich Achievement unlocked, das habe ich jetzt nur dazu gesagt. Ich habe kein Spiel-Achievement bekommen, weil ich das so gepatcht habe, kriege ich gerade keine Steam-Achievements dafür. Yay! Am I? That's right, it's because of you that my personality has changed a little. Take responsibility for it. Responsibility. How should I take responsibility for it? I have no way of taking it. Okay. Yoru-chan's cheeks were dyed deep red, and she was looking at me with upturned eyes. At a time like this... I got closer and embraced her gently. Nee-san is sleeping close by. What are you thinking about? But somehow I can't stop myself. Okay. For real? Okay. If she wakes up, we can just let her join us. What an indecent idea. But I don't hate the sight of you, Senpai.
Und an dieser Stelle schneide ich wieder etwas raus. Ihr könnt euch wahrscheinlich denken, was. Und wir setzen direkt im Anschluss fort.
Anyway. Was that because of youth? Even now I'm surprised at myself for having sex in a place like this. It smells. We have to air it here. I hadn't realized while we were at it, but now that we finished, I noticed the smell of sweat filling the place. Sweat ist doch okay, ich meine, ihr arbeitet da immer und es ist Sommer. I didn't dislike it, but it probably wouldn't be any good for people other than us. Fortunately, club activities were suspended, but depending on the situation, they might restart tomorrow. Okay. I thought I was still sleeping. Even though we were so loud nearby, she must have been very tired. Yeah, a lot has happened after all. By the way, Senpai, is your arm okay? You were really rough with it. Yeah, this much shouldn't be a problem. Don't push yourself, okay? It'd be super idiotic if it worsened because of sex. I guess so. Making my body get worse from sex, EDC has its limits. Was I rough? I'm not sure, but it's necessary to take it easy to some extent until I make a full recovery. That's right. I just remembered we have to do something about a pilot. Huh? The doctor said flying's off limit for me. And yeah, my reactions are a bit sluggish. In this condition, quick maneuvers would be... It's frustrating, but even if I made a quick recovery, it would be too dangerous for me to fly like this. I considered flying despite this, but in the worst case scenario, it could cause a lot of trouble for others. It was the same in the past when I hurt myself on my bike. I only made my mother worry about me back then. I'm not telling you to stop what you're doing, but make sure to take it easy until you fully recover. Because if something happened now, you might not recover from it at all. Understood? That was yesterday's phone call. After I made a promise to do so, I couldn't break it. So I couldn't do it. We needed someone else to pilot the glider. Well, that's enough. You don't have to say it. That's just how it is. It's just that it's alright. There's a replacement. Really? Yes. By the way, this person also has a license. Oh, wait, but getting outsiders is a bit... No, it's a member. Huh? Who, somebody other than me has a license? It's me. Warum hat sie einen Schein? Als ob sie einfach over einen random Gleiterschein gemacht hat. Huh? I have a license. Und damit ist das Kapitel zu Ende, okay.